The word for today: healthy self-focus. Self-focus isn't necessarily bad if it leads to spiritual growth. However, some people mistakenly assume that it's a biblical mandate. After all, didn't God tell us to examine ourselves? So with that in mind, we start to wonder, do I measure up spiritually? Have I truly repented? Do I pray enough? Is God pleased with me? The truth is, focusing on yourself can keep you feeling discouraged and defeated. Let's check and see what God actually says about self-focus. There are only 2 mentions of self-examination in Scripture, and neither teaches us to indulge in self-focus. First, Paul challenged the Corinthians about tolerating gross sin in the church. A man was having an affair with his stepmother, and no one seemed bothered by it. And because they had not repented of the impurity, sexual sin and debauchery in which they indulged, 2 Corinthians 12:21, Paul wrote, "Examine yourselves to see whether you are in the faith." This isn't an invitation to self-focus, but a spiritual credential checkup. See whether you are in the faith, 2 Corinthians 13 verse 5. Second, Paul corrected the Corinthians' behaviour during the Lord's Supper. Because some were getting drunk on communion wine, he said, "Everyone ought to examine themselves before they eat of the bread and drink from the cup." 1 Corinthians 11:28. Paul's not suggesting you become fixated on your flaws, but on the liberating truth that Jesus paid the price for all your sin, past, present, and future. In the Bible it says, "Fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith." Hebrews 12 verse 2. Growth, joy, and victory lie in abandoning unhealthy self-focus and staying Christ-focused.